Do you find that you're playing with too many swing thoughts on the golf course? You're either bouncing around or you're focusing on too many swing thoughts at once. Hi, I'm Dr. Patrick Cohn, mental performance coach at Peak Performance Sports. Today, I'm going to talk about how you can reduce the number of swing thoughts so you can perform more consistently. You're watching the Golf Psychology Podcast. Before we get rolling, please like this video, subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified of future videos. Here's the question I received from Tim. I'm now reading your book Going Low and I'm finding it to be so helpful. How do I train my mind to have no thoughts or just one swing thought during my swing? If I were to have just one thought, do you have any suggestions as to what it should be? Your thoughts and words have truly ignited me to be mentally as strong as I can be. Thanks for that, Tim, and good question. I get this question quite a bit because you don't want to have too many swing thoughts when you're playing on the golf course. Well, why? Because the mind is a serial processor. Think of a chain link fence. That's how we think and that's how we process information. It can be very rapid. So if you have 2 or 3 swing thoughts at once over the ball, where you're thinking about your takeaway, you're thinking about your position at the top, your swing plane on the way down, for example, then your body isn't going to execute that swing as well as you want it to. Jack Nicklaus once said, the swing happens way too fast for you to have conscious thoughts. It's more of an unconscious or a subconscious reaction to the image that you have in your mind. And that's the approach that I take with golfers to help them simplify. So there's a couple ways that you can overthink your swing thought. One is you're hopping around every single swing to a different swing thought based upon what happened on the last swing. That's one option. The other option is you're trying to integrate what your instructor told you. You worked on 3 things on the range and you're trying to integrate all of those on the course when you're actually playing. I want you to think about your practice being different than when you play. What I mean by that is practice allows you to learn that swing cue, make it part of you so that you can just go out and play with it on the golf course. So it is very much more technical on the range, for example, but you want to go ahead and play golf shots on the golf course. Okay, as for your question, there's 2 types of swing triggers that I like to discuss with my golfers. One is visual swing trigger, and that could be 3, 4 different options I have. But a couple good ones are just focusing on the target and reacting to the target while you're swinging. You're just thinking about the target. Number 2, I like the shot tracer. I call it the trajectory of the shot. If you can see a shot tracer, that's also a good option for you to think about over the ball, is hold that shot in your mind of the starting, the finishing target, and the trajectory of the shot. Good image to trigger your body to go ahead and make a good swing. You want to get to the point where you see draw and you can hit the draw, and you see fade and you can hit the fade without having to think about it mechanically. You can get there. Absolutely, it's going to require some practice, but you can get there. As far as the other swing thoughts, in terms of more feel-oriented or kinesthetic-oriented, is thinking about tempo. That's rhythm, balance, swinging to finish, staying connected. Something simple that's about the entire golf swing. Tempo is always a good one. I hear that a lot from some of the professional golfers I work with. They simply think about their tempo. And it doesn't have to be very specific in terms of the technique or the mechanics. How do you know which one is right for you? The only way to do is to test it out. Start on the range, hit 10 balls of each. That's what my recommendation would be, but try and focus only on that one swing trigger like target or trajectory or balance or tempo. Don't go to the dark side and have that urge or that tendency to want to think about your takeaway, your backswing, your position at the top, your downswing, your plane, what you're going to do on your follow through. That's all stuff for when you're practicing and when you're working with your instructor, certainly. But, however, when you're on the golf course, you want to eliminate it down to one swing thought. The only way to do that is test it on the range, and then take it out to the golf course and see how it works. What are we looking for? We're looking for a clear mind over the ball with one thought, and we're also looking for consistency of the strike and the shot pattern. That is your litmus test for those swing triggers. So if you can get to the point where it becomes more consistent for you, the strike, how solid it is, or the ball flight, then you found a great swing cue for you. Are you going to play with that the entire year? No, that might not be the swing cue that you're going to play with the entire year. But typically you want that one swing thought and maybe a backup when you go play tournament golf. Hey, if you want more information about mental coaching or just golf psychology, you can visit our golf psychology website at Sports Psychology Golf, or you can jump over to peaksports.com and check out our coaching programs there. We also have the Golfer's Mental Edge 2.0. That's a recent addition to our sports psychology library. In addition, you can click on Contact Us. If you have a question for us that you'd like included in one of the podcasts or videos, you could submit it at peaksports.com. Thanks for watching.